Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Cubic Tuitions. I hope you liked my previous video. In my today's video I am explaining you about subject verb agreement. This is very important from the point of view of examination because it will be asked as error detection questions. So without wasting time, let's begin. What is subject verb agreement? It means that the verb should agree with its subject in number and person. That is, if the subject is singular, verb also should be singular. And if the subject is plural, then verb also should be plural. First of all, you should know what is subject and what is verb. Subject is the noun or pronoun, or we can say person or the thing that is doing an action. And the verb is the action word or the work that is done. And here you should know one more thing, that is, this general rule of subject verb agreement is true for the third person only, whereas for the first and the second person this rule is not applicable. Now let me explain you by giving some examples for it. First example, the book is on the table. Here the book is a singular subject, so we use a singular verb is. The books are on the table. If the subject becomes plural, that is books, then the verb also will become plural, are. Next set of examples. He has done the mischief. They have done the mischief. Here he is a singular subject, so we write it as has singular verb. They is a plural subject, so we use have, which is a plural verb. Similarly, next example. Ravi plays cricket. Sita and Priya play carom. Ravi is a singular subject, so we write plays, which is a singular verb. Sita and Priya is a plural subject, so we write a plural verb play. In the next example, as I told you earlier, this rule is applicable for third person only. Here I is the first person. Though it is singular, it is referring to the first person, so we use a plural verb like. Hope you have understood till here. Now this is, as I told you, general rule of subject verb agreement. There are few more rules that you should know in order to make a sentence grammatically correct. Let us begin. Number 1. If two or more singular subjects are joined together by and, then the verb is plural. Here two subjects which are singular are joined together by conjunction and, they become a plural subject, so we use a plural verb for it. Let me give you some examples. Harish and Manish are good friends. Harish singular subject and Manish singular subject joined together by and, they become plural, so we use are, a plural verb. Ravi and his brother have come. So have is a plural verb because Ravi and his brother are two singular subjects joined together to make a plural subject. Coming to the next rule, if two nouns refer to the same person or the thing, then the verb will be singular. Now these two nouns when joined together by and are not referring to two different things or two different persons. Instead, they are referring to one person itself. Then the verb will be singular. Let me give you examples to explain this. The horse and carriage is at the door. The dancer and singer is dead. The poet and critic has been honored. Here you should be very careful to know whether it is referring to one person or two persons. So first, the dancer and singer is dead. Here dancer is itself a singer. A person is being referred here is a dancer as well as a singer who is dead. The poet and critic. Here the poet, he himself is a critic who has been honored. The horse and carriage, it is referring to one thing, not two different things. So we are using a singular verb. Now the question arises here is, how will we know whether it is referring to one person or one thing? And when will we know that it is referring to two persons? So here you should carefully note the sentence. If the sentence is written as the dancer and the singer, then it will be a plural subject referring to two different persons. Here the word the before the noun will differentiate the sentence whether it is referring to one person or two persons. If it is given as the dancer and the singer, then we will write it as are dead because it is referring to two persons. Hope you have understood this rule. Coming to the next. If two subjects together express one idea, then the verb is singular. This can also be included under second rule itself. It means what? If the two subjects being used by conjunction and joined together by conjunction and give us one idea. That means it gives one idea to our mind. We can also say these are word pairs which we use together and they refer to one thing. They give one idea to our mind. Then the verb will be singular. For example, bread and butter. Here, bread and butter is a word pair which means what? Food. They are used together as a pair. So it becomes a singular subject and we will write a singular verb for it. Similarly, law and order. It is used as a word pair, so it is a singular subject and we will write a singular verb for this. Law and order is the main problem of the village. Bread and butter is essential for one's life. Coming to the next rule. If two or more singular subjects are preceded by each or every, connected by and, then the verb is singular. Now two subjects, singular being joined by each or every and also connected by and, then a verb will be singular because we are talking about one person at a time. Every man and woman in a family is responsible for the upbringing of a child. One more example, each girl and each boy in the class was punished. Is and was are the singular verbs for the sentences. Coming to the next rule, when a collective noun refers to the collection as a whole, then the verb is singular. So what is collective noun? It is a collection of things or people taken as a whole. Now this rule states that if this collective noun refers to the collection as one single unit, then the verb is singular. Example, the jury has given its verdict. Here the jury, a group of judges, is taken as one single unit. So we will write a singular verb has. The next example, the crew was large. Here Q also is a singular subject, so was will be a singular verb for it. Next example, next rule is when the collective noun refers to the collection separately as individuals of which it is formed, then the verb is plural. Now, when this collective noun or when this collection refers to the members of the group separately as individuals, then we will use a plural verb. Now, the crew, when we used this in a previous rule, when it is taken as a whole, we used a singular verb. Now, when we are taking the members of that group, members of that collection individually, then we will use a plural verb. Example, the crew were taken prisoners. The jury are reconsidering their decision. Here we are mentioning about the members of the group, members of the collective noun. So, we use a plural verb for this. Coming to the next rule, when two or more singular subjects are connected by or nor, that is either or, neither nor, then the verb will be singular. Example, either Manoj or Sudha has the key to this problem. Neither Manoj nor Sudha has the key to this problem. So, either or, neither nor being joined together by these two words, the subjects will have a singular verb. Next rule states, when the subjects joined by either or, neither nor are of different numbers, then the verb must be plural and the plural subject must be placed next to the verb. As in the previous rule, we learned that subjects being joined by either or, neither nor will have a singular subject. If one of these two subjects is plural, then we have to use a plural verb and we should place that plural subject next to the plural verb. Hope you understood this. Let me give you this example. Neither Rekha nor her friends were present at the party. Here Rekha is a singular subject, whereas friends is a plural subject. So since it has one plural subject, we will use a plural verb where and place the plural subject friends just before the plural verb where. Either Mohit or her brothers are to be blamed. Here Mohit is a singular subject, brothers is a plural subject. So plural verb will be used and plural subject will be placed before the plural verb. The next rule. Some nouns are singular in form but plural in meaning. Then the verb will be plural. Some nouns or some subjects are singular to look, that is in form, but in their meaning they are plural. So since meaning is important, the verb will be plural. Example, the police are looking for clues to trace the culprit. Here police is the singular noun which is plural in meaning, whereas the verb should also be, since the subject is plural meaning in since the form is singular but meaning is plural, we use a plural verb. The people of the village have called for a panchayat. So here people is a singular form whereas plural in meaning, so we use a plural verb have. The public knew the truth of the matter. Here the public is the subject which has a singular form, plural meaning, so knew will be the plural verb. Coming to the next rule, some nouns are plural in form but singular in meaning. They will have a singular verb. So here some nouns are such that to see, to look, they look plural, whereas in their meaning they are singular. The vice versa of the previous rule. So here such nouns will have a singular verb. Example, politics is a dirty game. Mathematics is an interesting subject. The news is being broadcast to you by All India Radio. Here politics, mathematics, news. Such words are plural in form but singular in meaning. So we will use a singular verb. The next rule. If the nouns or the words are joined by with, together with, or as well as, the verb agrees with the first subject. Here you should see that the nouns are joined together by with or as well as or together with. Then you have to see the verb agrees with the first subject. You have to just agree the verb subject with the agree the verb with the first subject. The Guru as well as his disciples is committed to celibacy. Here the Guru is singular, so verb will be singular. Next example. The captain with his team members was given a warm welcome. Here also the verb should agree with the first subject. The captain is singular, so you will use a singular verb was. Next rule, each, everyone, many a. Such words must be followed by a singular verb. Thus each, everyone, many, someone, all these are called as indefinite nouns. Indefinite words will have a singular verb. Example, many a man has resigned in crisis. Each student was punished for the mistake. So you should know here that indefinite pronouns will use a singular verb. Coming to the last rule, when a plural noun denotes some specific quantity, time, amount or distance, then the verb will be singular. Now here, when the plural nouns are referring to some quantity, when they are referring to some amount or time, then we should use a singular verb. Example, 10,000 rupees is a big amount. 15 kilometers is not a small distance. 5 hours is too short a time to judge one's character. So here rupees, kilometers, hours are referring to quantity, amount, distance. So you have to use a singular verb for this. Hope you have understood. These are few of the rules of subject verb agreement. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked my video. Do like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you very much.